You're welcome, my dear student of primary 6. Today we will start our first lesson in your syllabus, in your curriculum. Today we're going to talk about mass and weight, the first lesson in science. Mass and weight. What is the difference between mass and weight? Sometimes we are confused about the difference between mass and weight. Sometimes you listen to your mom saying, I bought a chicken and its mass is 2 kilogram. But in Arabic, يعني بالعربي كده بتسمع ممكن ماما تقول أنا اشتريت الفرخة ووزنها 2 كيلو، وزنتها لقيتها 2 كيلوغرام. Is it true؟ يعني هل الجملة دي صحيحة؟ زي ما احنا شايفين كده على المونيتور. Sometimes we read the sentence net weight is 5 kilogram on some bags, maybe bag of rice, maybe bag of anything of sugar. 5 kilogram. Weight is 5 kilogram. Is it true? Sure not. It's not true. When your mom put the chicken on the scale, she doesn't get its weight. She only gets its mass, not weight. What the difference? So today we're going to talk about the difference between mass and weight. Is this sentence true? Sure. Let's study. Sure, it's not true. Let's study the difference between mass and weight. First, what's meant by mass? Mass is the amount of matter in an object. Suppose that I have two books. Okay, book A has a lot of paper, and book B has just a few number of papers or a little of paper. Which one has more mass? The book A, which has more paper, or book B, which has few or little of paper? Which one has more mass? Sure, you say the biggest one, book A, because it has a lot of paper, or it has more paper. So here you suppose that the object that has more amount of matter, it has more mass. Suppose that I have two wooden doors. First one is very big and second door is very small. Which one has more mass? Yes, the biggest one, the door that has more amount of wood. What does it mean? It means that mass is the amount of paper in the book. Mass is the amount wood in the door. Mass is the amount of gold in the ring. So mass means the amount of matter in an object. If the amount of matter in this object is more, that means it has more mass. If it is less, it means that it has less mass. So matter, as you see, my dear student, is the amount of mass is the amount of matter in an object. So now I can ask you, what's meant by mass of a golden ring is 5 gram. If I have a golden ring, خاتم كده ذهب, and its mass is 5 gram, what does it mean? It means the amount of gold, because this ring is made up of gold. So amount of gold in the ring, amount of matter in an object. What's matter here? Gold. What's the object? Ring. So it means amount of gold in the ring is 5 gram. What does it mean? What's meant by ما المقصود به? The mass of a wooden door is 25 kilogram. Mass of a wooden door is made of wood, is 25 kilogram. It means that the amount of wood in the door is 25 kilogram. So now what's mass? Mass is the amount of matter in an object. Okay, properties of mass. Mass has a lot of properties. Number one, mass increases when the amount of matter increases, and vice versa. Vice versa here means العكس بالعكس. If I have, as I said before, if I have two books, first one contains 200 paper, okay, and second one has just 50 papers. Which one has more mass? Sure, the book that has more amount of paper. The book that has 200 paper is or has mass more than that of 50 paper. So here mass increases by increasing, or when the amount of matter increases, and vice versa. Vice versa means mass decreases by decreasing the amount of matter. Number 2, all matters have mass, as we studied before in primary 4. What's matter? Matter is this: anything, everything that has volume and mass, or mass and volume, the same. Is air matter? Yes, air is matter. Why? Because air has volume and it has mass. How can I prove that air has mass? Suppose that I have two balls. First one is empty, فيهاش هوا خالص. Second one is full of air. And we put each one on the pen of the scale. حطينا الاثنين كده على الميزان قصاد بعض. Which one is heavier? Sure, the ball that has air is heavier than the empty ball. What does it mean? It means the air has mass. Everything, any matter has mass. Any matter has mass, because I can't name anything as matter if it doesn't have mass. So mass increases by increasing amount of matter. Number 2, all matters have mass, whatever their physical state, solid, liquid, or gas, as air, as I told you before. Another one, all matters have mass. All matter have mass, whatever their place, even changing their places, because mass doesn't change by changing places. Suppose that I have a ball, or I have a book, and I want to read it. Is its, or does its mass change by changing places? If I took my book and went to Marsa Matruh, maybe any other area, and want to read it, does its mass change? Sure, no. If I went, I take this book and went to the bedroom and want to read, does its mass changes? Sure, no. If I take this book to the moon and I want to read it on the moon, does it change? No, it doesn't change by changing places. So all matters have mass, whatever their place, in hand, on earth, on the moon, on any planet. It doesn't change, because mass doesn't change by changing places. Why? Because the amount of paper in the book doesn't change. I mustn't, or I shouldn't cut one piece of paper. So amount of paper doesn't change on the moon, in the bedroom, in the sitting room, or any other place, in any other place. So matter or mass doesn't change by changing places. On the moon as on the earth, mass of object doesn't change. Again, mass of mass of object doesn't change by changing places. Okay, another point. Mass of any matter is fixed, stable, has fixed value, and it doesn't change by changing places, as I told you before. Mass of object on the earth is as it on the moon. Suppose that here on the earth I put myself on the scale, and suppose that I am 70 kilograms. Okay, if I went to the moon and I put myself on another scale on the moon, what is my math? Yes, it doesn't change. 70 kilogram, because the amount of matter in my body doesn't change. It doesn't change by changing place. So mass of object on the earth equal mass of objects on the moon equal mass of the same object on Jupiter, on Saturn, or any other planets. Okay, another point, the state, by changing the state of matter, or by changing the matter or the place of matter. Mass is measured in unit in 3 units. Okay, kilogram, gram, and ton, or gram, kilogram, and ton. Gram, kilogram, and ton. Okay, 1 ton equal 1000 kilogram. 1 kilogram equal 1000 gram. Okay. Okay, so we have 3 measuring units for mass: gram, kilogram, and ton. Okay, if he asks you about 5 ton contains how many kilograms? 5,000. If he asks you about 60,000 kilogram, I must erase or must take away the 3 zeros. It will be 60 ton. Okay, so now what does it mean, or what means by the gram? What's meant by gram? What's gram? What's the amount of gram? Do you know the paper clip, just paper clip, يعني دبوس ورق صغير خالص. Its mass is 1 gram. So gram is the measuring unit of mass, and it equals mass of 1 paper clip. So now the question is, what's meant by 1 kilogram? Kilogram equal how many paper clips equal 1 kilogram? 1 gram is 1 paper clip. So 1000 gram, 1 kilogram. 1000 gram equal how many paper clips? 1000 paper clips. That's right. If I have 1000 paper clips, they equal 1 kilogram. So gram is a measuring unit of mass, and it equals mass of 1 paper clip. Now what's meant by 1 kilogram? It's a measuring unit of mass, and it equals 1 liter of paper, 1 liter of water, 1 liter of pure water. 1 liter of pure water equal 1 kilogram. Okay, now let's go to another point. Mass is measured by devices. We have two types of devices that's used to measure mass, and we must know, my dear student, that the word device equal tool equal apparatus equal set equal means. Device equal tool equal apparatus equal set equal mean. All of this means وسيلة. كل ده وسيلة. Measuring tool equal measuring device equal measuring apparatus equal measuring set equal measuring means. Okay, we have 2 types of devices that are used to measure mass. First one is 2 arm scales. Number 2 is 1 arm scales. 2 arm scales اللي هو الميزان اللي عنده 2 pans او 2 arms، يعني عنده كده كفتين. 1 arm scale اللي هو الميزان اللي فيه 1 arm or 1 pan، يعني فيه كفه واحده كده، حاجه واحده بس بيحط عليها الراجل الحاجه. فعندي 2 types here، 2 arm scales and 1 arm scale. Let's see. Types of balances or scales. 2 arm scales and 1 arm scale. 2 arm scales as balance scale. Balance scale. All of us see this balance scale in the groceries. يعني عند الناس اللي بتبيع الخضار لما بنيجي نشتري بنشوف الكلام ده، البالانس سكيل عنده كفتين كده، وهنشوف دلوقتي الصوره بتاعته. and sensitive 2 arm scales. ده كان شويه موجود عند الناس بتوع الذهب، وهنشوف برضو شكله دلوقتي. The second type is 1 arm scale. 1 arm scale digital. We used to see this digital scale in the man who sells the jewels. Number 2, 1 arm scale with pointer. 1 arm scale with pointer. Again, types of balance. Number 1, 2 arm scales. Number 2, 1 arm scale. 2 arm scales as balance scale, sensitive 2 arm scale, and 1 arm scale like 1 arm digital scale, and 1 arm scale with pointer. Okay. 2 arm scale, balance scale, and sensitive arm scales. 1 arm scale, 1 arm digital scale, 1 arm scale with the pointer. 1 arm digital scale, as we see. 1 arm scale with pointer. Types of scales are 2 arm scales and 1 arm scale, as you see, my dear students. Notes, very important notes. We use the suitable balance to measure the suitable quantity of masses. I can't measure the mass of a golden ring by using 2 arm scales, which we use to measure the mass of cucumbers. ما اقدرش اقيس الماس بتاع golden ring على الميزان اللي بيقيس الخيار مثلا. It's not accurate. But I must use the digital 1 arm balance scale because it's more accurate. It can measure by milli or by gram. Okay. I can't use the 2 arm balance scale, which we use to measure the mass of cucumber, in measuring mass of golden ring. It can't. It can't be. It mustn't be. No way to measure it. So we use the suitable device to measure the suitable amount of matter or the suitable mass. Okay. It's very important. Another one. 1 gram equal mass of 1 paper clip, as I told you before. Okay, and we can use it as a measuring unit to measure jewelries, gold, silver, okay, chemicals. 1 kilogram equal 1000 grams, the mass of 1 liter of water at the normal temperature. Because the maybe if the volume of water changes by changing the temperature. So here we must say at the normal temperature. Okay. Kilogram is suitable for measuring large masses as fruits and vegetables, meat, chicken. Okay. Ton is used to measure very big masses as the mass of buffalo, mass of elephant, mass of cars. It's used to measure it. Ton. 1 ton. Mass of a body doesn't change from place to another place, and it's a very important point. Your mass doesn't change. If you wanted to leave the earth and live on Jupiter as you like, your mass doesn't change. Okay. If you want to go to the moon, your mass doesn't change. Mass doesn't change by changing places. Again, mass of object. Mass of object. Because I may ask you, mass, but true or false? Mass of object doesn't change by changing places. Yes, that's right. Mass of object on Earth equal its equal mass on moon of mass on mass on Earth equal mass on moon. It's okay. Mass of Earth equal mass of moon. Think now. Mass of Earth is more than mass of moon because the Earth is bigger than moon. But mass of object on the Earth equals mass of object on the moon. Again, there is a big difference between mass of Earth. Mass of Earth is more than mass of moon. mass بتاع الارث نفسه طبعا more than mass of moon. But mass of object on earth, الماس بتاعي انا مثلا on earth equal mass of it or mass of the same object on the moon. Yes, that's true. Okay, it's a very important point. It's a very important point. Mass of object on earth equal mass of object on moon equal mass of object of the same object on Jupiter, on Saturn, and so on. But mass of the planet difference is different from the mass of another planet. Okay. Okay. Okay, mass equal 60 kilogram, mass 60 kilogram. So mass is constant. It doesn't change by changing places. And now this is the last point, and see you next week.